Hey, this is Todd Jordan. I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough on Simmiland. I just got it, but it's been out for a little while. So if you'll bear with me, we'll just start at the beginning. Classic is the mode that you get, and basically that's the only mode you get to start with. There's only two, Classic and another mode which is basically play forever, all the cards you want. So the gist of it is you get cards at the beginning, but you get one card to start with, Mankind. This is your people. You place them somewhere on the map. One of the things you can do is look around the map first using your WASD keys. If you're going to want to get one of the later achievements for the 3 islands, you're going to make sure that you have at least 3 islands that are close together. So it really doesn't matter about your starting position, but your people want things. Okay, so check it out. Thunder and a discovery. Well, you have all these cards. The inspect cards give you your discovery, so we'll give them a free one right off the bat. Okay, so you'll see we got an update right away telling us that they like that. They give us +1 faith. That's what this is up in the corner. This is your number of humans, current cards on hand, and timer. For quick reference, people. You can look at all your people individually. You can also go up here, check on your humans, and what they want. Let's do another quick one for them. Thunder. Now they will get fire if you don't do anything. They will pick that up on their own, but it also gives them a home fire to start with. So let's go back. So it's pretty boring if we don't do anything. So usually they want additional things like rain. Now here's the tricky part. If you didn't have this card, you might have a tough time because they're going to want things and then they're going to get unhappy. Now, you'll see what happens. Basically, lack of faith means lack of cards, and it's a death spiral. Because what happens is then you can't even sustain what they want, and you are unable to play a card. Okay, so we've seen a couple of the cards. We've seen inspiration, we've seen rain, thunder, but let's check out another one. These are things they're going to ask for a lot. Plants and trees. Here's where it gets fun. Let's plant a tree in the swamp. You'll like that. It's a willow tree, right? Do you see what just happened? We did an inspect, and we got an axe. So now they'll be able to chop down the tree. So we don't have to do anything. But let's check out what happens if we put a tree here. Now we have a generic tree. Notice something. Different type of tree, right? And here we go. We have another tree card. Let's plant him out here. Oh, didn't like that. Let's plant him here. Palm tree, regular tree, willow tree. So now you have plants. The same thing applies to plants. You can put them here. Different environments give you different things, and water gives you seaweed. Pretty cool. So of course they always want things, and for one they need to eat. So let's give them some more plants and see what happens. And a critter. Now here's the tricky part. Animals can be placed in only a couple of the environments. The water for fish, regular grass, and then in the woods. You'll see one other place where they're allowed, but depending on where you place them is what you get. Now you'll like this. You know how we inspected, we got an axe. We inspect chickens though, we get domestication. which is great because if you want a sustainable food source, you have to have food that grows. Now here's another thing. You can keep researching only so far. So what we ran into is we haven't got down the research tree yet. Yeah, who knew? Research tree. So one of the things that comes up is you're limited as to what you can do until you achieve a certain amount of other things as intro researches. So we'll do this one. So now we have another tool we gathered from the rocks. Pickaxe. Pickaxe, axe. So, and you'll see we're starting to build a farm out here. Oh, human. Now the different buildings also have information. Straw hut, campfire, humans. Okay, so now let's do this. So let's say your people are too slow, or you know you're going to need wood, rocks. You can do that and get things, but you can also, you don't know if you saw it, you can do research based on the things you collect, the resources. So different resources allow you to do different research. One of the things you can do is you can look at your tiles, wishes, as little windows. But let's get back to base info. This is usually helpful if you found something and you need to research it. So if we want to do this, you can see we can research a knife, farms, etc. This is a big time saver from actually having to chase down your humans with items, or hope you catch it before it gets picked up. Now here's the nice thing too, is some of these, like I said, will lead to other ones. So we will close that for now and take stock of where we're at. We have more faith than we know what to do with, just a few humans, and plenty of cards and timer. Now you start out with really few cards, but as your time goes you can buy more. But if you don't go and buy the cards, you're going to have the same fixed amount. Now the trick is you get cards points or card dollars by just playing the game. There's no need to invest any actual coin after you've purchased the game. So let's do this. Let's take a bite out of this tree and see what we got here. And let's take a bite out of this seaweed and see what we get. So there you go. You can see seaweed feeds people. Oh, they want brambles. Okay, so I told you the different plants and different trees, right, or different trees. Let's look at different plants you can plant. You're going to get one type here, another type here, another type here. So there you go, brambles. So me personally, I realize you can't feed these people without something to eat, and you can't grow anything where there's no grass. So the best way to gain that back is careful use of your rain and other things, because otherwise you do not have enough ground the other way. So but let's check this out. What happens if I put two trees next to each other? Yep, it's a new type, and they call it biomes. It's this new type of ground. And guess what happens? New type of ground, new type of creature. Yep, wild sheep. You'll like this because you can do things to your wild sheep too. Oh, they already ate him. How wonderful is that? Guess they were hungry. So you'll like that because they will keep eating the sheep and having a good time with that until you find them another food source. So let's see what else they want. Oh, coral reef. You'll like this. So where is it? Mines. Okay, so we planted a plant. Watch what happens if we plant a mine there. Here you go, coral reef, pickaxe. So, we already did a critter. Let's put a plant back out there. And see if we got another critter. We didn't put a fish out there. Okay, so check this out. This time we have fish. Good stuff, right? And let's plant another chicken out there for them to play with. Because I needed this card. Inspiration, fishing rod. So now they will fish that and have a good time with that. But the key is you need a food source, otherwise things get just a little crazy. But the nice thing is, it's like unlimited supply of fish. Okay, so now it gets a little more fun. Let's do another tree. Give ourselves a little more ground time. They love trees. But now comes the fun stuff. You get all these other cards later, but basic cards, you're going to get tree, plant, sample, inspect, mine, rain, wind, and sun. Later, you can get critter cards, meteor cards, which is a lot of fun. The trick is when you start out early, you don't have a lot of cards, so you're going to need to be really good about managing that and not wasting them and then running out and all your people die. But you're going to learn a lot by doing that. So you also find you don't have enough research cards when you want them. Found that to be a problem for myself. Okay, so you saw how rain wets it up. Watch what sun does. Now we've managed to turn some of our swamp back into usable grass, but in the opposite side, we made more desert. Not your best thing necessarily, but you can play with that and kind of get where you're going with that. Different things. Now here's another good one. Sandstone. Again, you're getting a different type of material than you had before. Alright, let's just throw another human out here somewhere. Here we go. Another human. And let's give him a tree and some plants. And we have rain, and some rain. Hopefully that'll work for them. And let's see if we have anything else we can inspect up here. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Cooking pot. Here, I almost missed that. So, periodically, if you've got a lot of humans going on and a lot of things going on, you should probably take time to scroll around the world a little bit. Did you see that? Now we have a town. Farmhouse. I tell you, that's always fun. You can try different things. One of the things you find out, though, is you really have to watch. Your people will starve to death a lot. Maybe a lot. So you get used to it. One of the things, too, like I said, the card variety really ups the game a little bit. And you'll like that. So you get new things. So we've got all the basics down. Don't starve your people to death. Watch your faith go up. One of the key things, though, if you're not careful, you'll get a church. Sounds like an awesome thing, except the problem is, you'll find out later, it caps out some of your other things. So far I've only managed to actually get the church and not been able to successfully not get the church. Go figure. The key is you lose out on your intelligence level for the people, so your cap effectively limits the amount of research you can do. You're going to get a lot of good researches, but then you're limited based on the fact your intelligence will go so high. So let's finish up with one of the coolest cards in the deck, Meteor. This is a lot of fun. Really need sound effects for this. So check it out. Boom. If you do that on people, you will find that it kills them pretty dang quick. But the nice thing about this is you're going to get some of your things you would not normally get access to, like currency. So again, I told you about the skill tree, right? Or the knowledge tree. So this kind of thing gives you a huge boost on being able to achieve some of those. And you'll notice now they will build a market. Great. We didn't need a market, but here's a good one for you. Let's watch the wind. This is really a pain, but it gets your people off their butt and they actually go and get some of these resources themselves. And you'll see there's ore, regular ore, and gold, which is the currency. So anyway, there's your brief introduction. Play a lot of cards. Have a lot of fun with that. And as you do, you'll get to see, you fill out your compendium. And this will give you sometimes a little hint, and mostly tell you you don't have it yet. So it is good to know what you're going after, though, and sometimes this is going to give you a real chance at figuring out where to place things, like your trees, your plants, etc. Alright, well, that's it for today. So I will let you go, and I hope you enjoyed this video.